So as you can tell, this is a very different setup than I usually have. A lot of things are different, including my phone. I am filming on my phone instead of my camera because I am in Spain. I mentioned that in my previous video, and that's also the reason I haven't gotten my videos up in June, even though I really wanted to. I was surprisingly a lot busier in Spain than I thought I was going to be. I'm on a work trip, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in my Making It Diaries video whenever that is going to come out, because at this rate I am so behind on content. It is absolutely unreal. I have to kind of speed run through this video because I have to go eat breakfast in like 30 minutes, so I really can't be filming for a long period of time. I haven't honestly had much downtime to be watching dramas, but I guess thankfully I'm not watching too much, and so we're just gonna start right away onto the K-dramas that I am currently watching. And so first up, we are going to start with our Unwritten Seoul. I'm currently on episode 11 of 12, and I really want to finish it because today is the last day it's coming out, but because of the time zone difference, I am going out first before being able to finish it. And I have this rated a 10 out of 10. I just think every single episode is so good, but I will not deny that there are some flaws, mainly in terms of the pacing. I just really think this drama could have done well to have more episodes. Usually most dramas could shorten it and compress it because they drag things out for too long, but this one I think there's just so much more to explore with Mide and Miji's relationships. And overall, this is just really solid, great drama. I think Park Bo-young is absolutely killing it as Miji and Mide because she totally seems like two different people, which is so weird. But yeah, she's doing such a great job in her role. The chemistry between both leads and just the characters Miji and Mide themselves are so good. I love all the messages that this drama is conveying, and yeah, it's absolutely treasure gold, you know, contender for drama of the year, and rightfully so. And then next, I'm watching Spring of Youth. I'm currently on episode 5 out of 10, and I have this rated a 6.5 out of 10. And I honestly think I'm at the same place since when I talked about it in my previous video. Not really sure anymore. But again, I am watching this for Seungya, big Enfia, still have concert tickets to sell if you know anyone. And honestly, the only thing keeping me going is the fact that it is like a youthful school drama and it has Seungya in it, because otherwise this drama is kind of bad. Like 6.5 is really low. And usually I'd be dropping dramas by that rating, but yeah, we're just gonna pull through because I honestly just really crave something modern, sweet, light, fluffy, but there is nothing these days. Everything airing this year has been really heavy. Mellow Movie, When Life Gives You Tangerines, Unwritten Seoul, like everything even in this list is a little heavy too. So I think that's the only reason why Spring of Youth has survived. I plan on, it's short and good thing because otherwise I would not be able to finish it, but I still do have plans on finishing it and not dropping it like, I don't know, some of the other dramas. And so next is our movie, and I have 6 of the 12 episodes done, and I have this rated an 8 out of 10. And this is one of my highly anticipated dramas, and honestly, quality-wise, production-wise, like everything is really good about this drama. I love the dialogue, I love Nam Kung-min as an actor and as his character. I will say my only flaw with this drama is actually Chun Yo-bin, and I think I've talked about her before, but I don't know why. I've just been having issues with her as an actress. I feel like a lot of the characters she plays are these like, I feel like when they're happy, it doesn't feel like they're actually happy, and there's something awkward about it. And I mean, in most her characters, it made sense. Like, in here, she's obviously terminally ill, so it makes sense that like her happiness isn't real happiness. But I feel like they're going with like this bright, bubbly girl, and I don't see the bright and bubbly like whatsoever. It feels a little awkward, and I don't know why. I felt this way about her in Vincenzo, and honestly, I think the only role that I really loved her in was being melodramatic. She was also in A Time Called You, and originally in A Time Called You, I expected An Hyo-sub was not quite what I wanted for the cast, but then it turned out that Chun Yo-bin was the one that I was not really a fan of her acting in that. Also, that remake is just nowhere near as good as the original, and it's very confusing, that remake of Someday or One Day. But anyways, aside from Chun Yo-bin, I just think the two don't really have chemistry. I like them as characters. I think the plotline is really interesting. The dialogue is interesting. Everything is shot well. It's super pretty. But it just, there's something that feels kind of off there. And overall, it's like a solid drama, you know, like 8 out of 10. But one of its biggest merits, I think, is the terminal illness part. Because I think a lot of the time you end up seeing like someone who is terminally ill as just like a patient. And this drama touches in about like what it's like to be a patient and like the human side of them and like what their goals, dreams, and wants are, and it really like humanizes them besides keeping them trapped in this like box of this patient identity. And so I think that was really refreshing to see. It's very touching, a lot of emotional investment towards that as well. And so for dramas that I completed Second Shot at Love. I ended up rating this a 7.5 out of 10. I think it was most interesting with the beginning setup because the friends to lovers was really cute. It felt very natural. It was also a little bit more serious than I was expecting, which was great. But then the second half just felt rushed. I think once they got together, it got really boring, which is kind of a shame because you want them together to not be the boring part. And then next up, I have Tastefully Yours, and I rated this a 6.5 out of 10. And this one is actually like ultimate disappointment because I think when I started episodes 1 and 2, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a great drama. It's gonna bring me out of my drama slump. It's a modern drama. It's funny. It's Kang Han-il. I love Kang Han-il, and I also really like Ko Min-chi. But everything about this drama felt off. Like pacing wise, I feel like it just went from 0 to 100. This one was only a 12 episode drama, which is fine and probably the only reason I finished it, but it was just really weird pacing wise, and the characterization was also confusing. Like his brother is this bad guy this entire time, and then all of a sudden he switches his mind, and it just felt the progression didn't make any sense. Like when he fell in love with her, why he fell in love with her, I didn't think their chemistry was all that great. There was honestly nothing really going for this drama, and the side characters weren't really interesting. I didn't really know what they were trying to go for in terms of concept, in terms of message. I know that he's a jerk, and honestly it's a trope that I'm more able to tolerate, but I couldn't get it when they were like kind of together and she was kind of stringing him along and then wasn't. Like they weren't really dating, but they were, and that was kind of really weird to me. This drama was just very sad. Lastly, I did actually get one day off, and with that day off, I skimmed through Squid Games season 3, and I rated this a 5 out of 10. And if you've been following along my drama videos, that is the lowest I've ever rated a drama. I will say that I rated Squid Game season 1 a 7, Squid Game season 2 a 6, and so this is like the final boss of the 5. It just got worse. I mean, season 2, it wasn't that bad, but it honestly couldn't be rated, I think, objectively, because obviously it was only part 1, but that part 1 was a lot better. Like in terms of setup, it was more like, it was interesting, but it was just curious about how they would finish off, and I think this matters a lot for the Squid Games like concept, story. It was all the setup and it was interesting, and it's just kind of like, where are you taking it? And in season 3, I honestly think they took it nowhere. I didn't really understand the messages they had. They had so many characters left undeveloped, and overall it was like, what is the difference between this and season 1? I think season 1 got a lot of points. I didn't really enjoy that much either, but I think its main appeal is the concept, which obviously season 2 and 3 don't have the benefit of or advantage of having this novel concept, and even just like the games themselves are not as interesting and I think as iconic as season 1. Yeah, there's honestly nothing really enjoyable about season 3. I couldn't really understand any emotional investment in anyone. My favorite characters were dying left and right, and because there were so many, it was hard to focus on the few. My favorite character ended up being such a loser in season 3, so that's also kind of a shame. I think I'll have a little ranking of my Squid Games characters again, updated, and it'll be easier because there's less characters. And then on to Chinese dramas I'm currently watching. I first up have Reborn, and I'm on episode 8 out of 23, and I currently have this rated at an 8 out of 10. And honestly, this isn't bad, but low-key, I was expecting so much more. I think I still have to get into like the main climax part and everything. I don't know if you know, but I've been looking forward to this drama a lot. Yeah, it was like one of my most highly anticipated 2025 dramas because I love Zhao I think it's her name, and I don't remember his name, but he's the guy from Wifty, When I Fly Towards You. And the cast is just people that I adore, and the plot line and the trailer seemed really good. And 8 episodes in, I'm still not feeling anything. Like, I'm not really sure where it's going. I'm probably going to finish it because it actually is on the shorter side at 23 episodes. And yeah, they're just people that I am fond of, but I'm a little disappointed as it is right now, and I'm hoping that it picks up. It was giving Lighter and Princess vibes, and people said the novel was really good, so I hope the end half is gonna be good and pick up. Probably gonna wait on getting back home to actually finish and binge this drama. I was able to watch the episodes before I got on the plane. Yeah, I had quite the long layover, so I finished episodes 1 through 8 in one sitting. And yeah, this month, besides Reborn, that's literally it. I downloaded actually Legend of Shanghai for my flight, but then I'm actually reading right now, and so I'm finishing up Onyx Storm. I'm like on page 500. I think I read like 500 pages worth during my 24 hours in and out of airports flight thing. Spent a lot of hours reading that instead of like watching dramas, but I do still have it downloaded just in case I watch it for the plane ride back. Yeah, I think Legend of Shanghai is definitely going to be a binge, so I don't think I'm going to be doing it slowly. So yes, and yeah, I've completed no CDRAMAS this month. It's been a slow month, but also I just haven't had time because yeah, I've been busy and out and about and things like that. BLs, this one's interesting because I literally just started one yesterday and I binged it to the part that it's on air. So I'm watching Revenge Love, and at the moment there are 7 of 24 episodes out, and I currently have this rated a 7.5 out of 10. And the only reason I watched this one was because I had some time before I had to go to bed, and I was just looking for something short. I was actually going to start The Next Prince, but that's actually quite a lot of episodes out, and that one's actually an hour long when most BLs are like 40 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to like get to the end, and I'd rather not stay up late because I have to wake up in the morning. So I started Revenge Love because I saw really good reviews about it, and low-key the first couple episodes in I was like, what the hell is this? Because it's shot kind of weird. Like, I usually don't notice it, but it's so choppy from like some scenes to the next, and it feels like there's stuff missing in between. The flow of it is a little weird, but honestly, as I kept watching, it's pretty stupid. Like, the drama itself is so goofy. The beginning, it kind of like drew me away. I was like, what am I watching? Like, it felt like a very poor quality drama, and I was like, why does everyone like this so much? But over time, I kind of just learned to accept it, and then I moved on, and honestly, it's not bad. The chemistry is pretty cute, and I think you need to accept it for a goofy, silly drama. So when the goofy things happen, you have to enjoy it instead of thinking, what the hell is going on? Quality-wise, this is not that great, which is honestly why it's a 7.5 out of 10. Like, I feel like enjoyment-wise, it could be an 8 or higher. Like, at the later episodes, it's pretty funny and goofy, and it's just so unserious and stupid, but now it's become stupid in a fun way versus stupid in a bad quality kind of way, which I'm now starting to see why people like it so much. But if it can keep that tone throughout the entire series, you know, I will be fine with it because dramas are meant for enjoyment. Yeah, and then so obviously I've completed no BLs because I've not been watching anything, I think. And yeah, actually that is like everything in this month. That is super speedy video, even though there's quite a lot of dramas on this list. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back home and getting more into dramas. And so with that is my June drama update, and hopefully I will see you in another one, hopefully soon. Hopefully I get back and can really get on my content grind, because I've been saying that for a while and I haven't been able to, but you know, now it's July, and you know, new start of the half of the year, new start, since it's like half the year's over, and like I'm just gonna reset myself, get this content out, and yeah, I hope you are going to be there with me. And so with that, I will see you in the next one.